It seems we're more accurately still inside the actual military base from the Angel Island underneath it. But even then, that it only finds out we're going to be finding a Master Emerald or something like that. I don't think we might not get into the Master Emerald anytime soon, Sonic. But I digress. Hey everybody, this is me, Sonic the Hedgehog here, and I'm Piglet here. We are back for some more of the Maxi Toys videos, and welcome back to more Let's Play of Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Nintendo Wii in Subspace Emissary mode. So last time we actually did done the Hellbird Battleship Extractor, and including the Hellbird Battleship Bridge to take down Duon as far as the next boss battle of the entire game, and also we managed to actually unlock ourselves not only Sheik, but also we managed to get ourselves Mr. Game & Watch in our hands. And also we managed to explore through Subspace Bomb Factory Part 1 from the likes of, Samus and also Pikachu. So today for this episode, we're about to continue on here. Now before we actually get to continue this all kinds of stuff, we'd like to point things out. We're going to be showing case off the stickers in this game. So even then, what you basically, every time you grab these little stickers throughout the entire game has to offer, you can actually use one of those until you actually equip some of these skills for certain characters. Like for instance, we get ourselves a little bit more attack increase from his arm for Donkey Kong, and also we might as well do one for Diddy Kong as well. And also we might as well do one for Captain Falcon and also Olimar. So even then, we can actually deal with these guys from now on though anyway. So yeah, you can actually place any certain stickers you might actually place in, so even that will increase some of your status for the improvements of your character fighter. So that might be a pretty ideal way, especially noticeable if you're actually trying to deal with the harder difficulties with Subspace Emissary mode. Yeah, that's only because of the fact that if you want to tackle through intense difficulty on this mode, then good luck trying to find these little powerful stickers, assuming if you're actually trying to equip those. So of course, you can essentially use that from anyone else. There are some stickers that only requires for certain characters, most notably in the Pokemon games, or in this case, the Pokemon characters. But I digress though. So yeah, let's go ahead and just every time when you finish up with your customizable characters of your status reports for the stickers wise, then you should be able to actually click in apply to actually if you're actually feeling all set. So yeah, let's quickly save our progression right here. So even though we spent about 3 minutes on this particular mode. So anyways, today for this episode anyway is the fact that we're going on to the subspace subspace. Sorry for lack of dialogue and everything. So the Subspace Bomb Factory Part 2, but this time we're going to be taking control of either Donkey Kong, Captain Falcon, Diddy Kong, and Olimar, because obviously they've now arrived in the actual Subspace Bomb Factory as well. So there's going to be plenty of times that we're going to be bump into each other, like, Pikachu and Samus. So even then, that should be pretty funny, actually. Well, usually it's already been there for the existence, so anyway, so here we are at the Subspace Bomb Factory Part 2. Now, as far as between the lake shore, especially this level right here, this might be a little bit longer compared to how it does in the other levels of the game, because there's going to be a lot of segments. I mean, a lot of sections in this level. And also not to mention that some of these sections can get either a little bit longer, but even then, that it doesn't matter too much for me, though, because I have no issues with playing full levels-wise. So even then, since we actually did manage to play this game from time to time, so even then, we pretty much exactly know what we're going to do here. So, we did not meant to drop down from here, but even then, we're just only doing this because we want to check these every single sequence. So, I'm quite surprised though, actually, because we're almost practically done with this Let's Play as far as I'm aware. Specifically on the Subspace mode for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. But even then, that might be really cool to that little regard. Yeah, however, though, I will admit though, is that I'm not exactly sure when we're going to be tackling through other characters, classic mode and stuff like that. We got exploded by this rob launchers again. We even don't know that we're actually now going to be doing up with these rob launchers over there. So that's a little bit on a wager, but as far as I'm aware, that it should be not too bad though. So So yeah, a few things I want to mention about this is that unfortunately if you're probably wondering that you never have the video game collection video for Nintendo Wii U, that the quality itself is actually in the iPhone 720p or 1080p resolution. Unfortunately though, my iPhone 5 is now currently dead, so even though that we did charge it overnight, however though it doesn't seem to come on, which it always tends to bug me. So anyways, before we actually proceed to the level, there's actually another secret area, which not only contains these stickers, and also some occasional healing items, which we could potentially try to have those until when we're trying to deal with that last metal primite. But even then, as soon as you hop into this little spring, if you actually time it right until you actually hit these really well hidden golden box, until you get something rewarding. So that should be an ideal way to actually find ourselves yet another secret. And I believe there's going to be another secret room, which it should be around here in the latest rooms, even though we need to actually just to be very careful, because this part right there is an auto-scrolling level, or in this case an auto-scrolling section, so even though we can hopefully guarantee— oh, don't you dare trying to die on us. But as long as we actually made it towards over there, so yeah, it should be not too bad. So, yeah, that's all I can really say about the Subspace Bomb Factory, honestly, because even then, it feels exactly like how it does in the first version of the Subspace Bomb Factory. The noticeable difference was, though, is that— oh, shoot. Yes, you have to dodge through these little spikes coming from the ceiling, especially noticeable that we have to deal with these little conveyor belts. So, as far as I'm aware, that's all there is to really say about this here. So, okay, so we need to take down this little follows here. So just in case we're able to actually clarify for— excuse me. But anyway, oh, come on, get up. We're getting yourself back up. Okay, there we go. So hopefully we're not going to die from this part right there. So even then, we can hopefully guarantee we're not going to, let that happen, don't we? Not especially noticeable that, oh shoot. Okay, there we go. We actually got that in that time. And also, Stockman, so even then we can instantly try to grab it. And there's a switch over there, which in this case, for this instance, that we'll talk more to details on that later. But now, we need to actually get inside this little, another secret door, which by simply just have to reach over to this point here, like you can either just wall jump, or even just use the up special attack in order to actually just to reach up there. Not only it contains some stickers, but also something rewarding for this golden box, like this new trophies and stuff like that. So, that should be pretty much the ideal way of all doing so. So yeah, the basic premise of this section here is that we need to actually constantly flipping these little switches. And every time when you're trying to hit the blue switch and the green and the red switch, this way you're able to actually activate one of the doors that will actually lead you to the proceeding of the level. So yeah, another little bit of a switch system and stuff like that. So even though it kind of reminds me almost relatable to the Halberd battleship in Toria from the one where you have to pick Snake and Lucario, and then at night you have to go through basically a lot of switches though, basically, in order to actually activate the door in order to actually proceed. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned with that, so yeah. And I believe if you go down here, right between those conveyor belts, it'll contain a bottomless pit, so even at those, have to watch out for that. And of course, we're going to be playing as Olimar throughout, so even then, we can hopefully guarantee we can actually reach up. And another thing I'd like to point out, though, is that recently we managed to watch ourselves a new film that did manage to came out during a couple of days ago, actually, which is a film called Despicable Me 3. Now, compared to Despicable Me 1, and especially noticeable Despicable Me 2, that I will admit, though, is that the third entry definitely is the weakest entry for me, although it's not one of the greatest, or it's not one of my favorite films in the entire year so far, although I still kind of prefer Beauty and the Beast over towards that particular film. But it's still pretty good on its own right, but for all the Despicable Me films they actually did manage to release, the third one is easily one of my least favorites of them. I mean, it's not too terrible or anything like that. I mean, the ending is a little bit too rushed at one point, I will admit though. But even though we're not going to actually spoil for the story, because obviously if you haven't guys seen it, then you should obviously give it a shot. Now the reason why we actually did this a risky way, by simply just to go for this wall jump at this point here, as long as you get yourselves invincibility frame, so you should be able to actually qualify for doing so. And we got a Celebi trophy, so yeah, that's pretty cool. So, yeah, with that being said, we're going to have to dodge these little, fire jet boosters so that in order to actually deactivate the domes by simply flicking the switch. So, yeah, that's all there goes when it comes to that. Now, you know the another golden box that we actually recently got, there's also an alternative way by simply just actually going for that way, so you should able to actually get towards that particular top part, and you have to hit the switch while doing so. So, yeah, that's how it usually normally goes. So, okay, so we need to activate the switch, so just in case we're able to actually designate these enemies with those little flame boosters, so even then that should be pretty welcoming. So let's go ahead and jump through here, and we can hopefully just try to deal with these little batons, so that we can actually just proceed here. And also at the same time that we can actually just go down here, because although we're not going to go in there just yet, because obviously we need to activate the switch, just in case we're able to actually let these fire boosters will actually go calm down. So let's show how it goes. Alright, so here we go on this elevator sequence right there. So even then though, we have to basically deal with most of these enemies basically. So self-explanatory kind of thing about it. So and yeah, we're gonna have to deal with these Primites here. However though, if you think about trying to actually survive in this area wasn't enough, you have to be sure you need to dodge getting crushed. So even then though, that you should be able to actually clarify for actually doing us for— WHAT?! I just somehow clipped for the floor! And at the same time, just got crashed at the same time. Continue. Oh, that's a little bit underwhelming. Oh, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back into that one point, so hopefully we could actually do this a second attempt. Well, luckily though, since we did manage to get ourselves a game over, or in this case a continue screen, assuming if we actually got ourselves a rewarding box, specifically the golden box is most likely. Luckily though, however though, is that you're able to still kept it forever. So even then though, that's pretty cool for that little department right there. So but just in case you weren't able to die too many times. So there we go. That should deal with that. And before we actually just proceed, we just have to double check if there's any secrets around here. Usually it kind of feels more like a secret room heavy, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, because obviously we're so used to playing through some other titles, basically. So anyway, so this is going to be the last part of this section of the level, is that we need to find a key. Until we actually find a key, then we should be able to unlock the gate. And then first things first, we have to take down this little whole quantity of enemies like this. So hopefully we can actually deal with these guys, and one way we do at it, then hopefully we can try to grab a key and unlock it. And as soon as you actually unlock it, there's actually a cracked wall, means the end of this section. Rob. That's a pretty fashionable, weird, fighter right there. Which is known as Rob, which I believe, also, if you ever played the Japanese version of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, he usually calls it Robot. However though, his true name is actually forms of the, I can't remember exactly what this is usually pronounced. His true name was actually forms of his true name, for a longer name as far as I'm concerned, is actually a robotic operating buddies. And even then, is actually my name for short, Rob. So, yeah, basically, his actually first appearance was actually formed of Nintendo Entertainment System accessory. So even then, you can tell that the look of him. So, and I believe this color scheme, as you can see right now, is actually based off of from the Famicom version. While in Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and for Nintendo Wii U, his model design is actually heavily borrowed from the Western versions, like, you know, the English versions and all that etc. stuff. So, oh come on! Why did that even come from? Oh, you're gonna be paid for that. So, anyway, so let's go ahead and grab ourselves our trophy right there, which actually forms off the ticker, so even then know that we actually got ourselves something new here. And for this part right there is that we need to actually deal with, yet again, we have to deal with 50 enemies. So even then though, so far we're not doing too great though. So even then though, because, you know, since this is hard mode, so even then though, I can expect that these other enemies are getting super much more tougher right now. So hopefully we can actually deal with these guys until that one time at one point. So yeah, in regards to Rob the Robot, that he's also an unlockable character, and also he's actually formed of the newcomer introduced in the Super Smash Bros. Series. Even though that he's already in the playable character in the forms of Mario Kart DS for the Nintendo DS. So yeah, that's pretty interesting for that regard, and sadly we actually lost it, Pikachu, so now it's up to Samus though now. So anyway, so in order to actually unlock Rob is by simply you have to do like yet again 3 different stuff, like play 160 brawls and then fights against with Rob, and takes place in Mario Bros stage. And also, or you can actually collect 250 different trophies and finally get Rob by joining the team after when you finish the Subspace Bomb Factory Part 2. So that's a lot of huge difference between these other categories in order to actually unlock Rob the Robot. So first worth mentioning for that anyway, for actually unlocking him. So now we need to deal with these little you know, our monks. So even though we can hopefully try to deal with, oh yeah, I just realized I have to deal with only 2 of these guys. So hopefully we can actually just do, oh, dang it. Oh, that was actually a second death we're going to be doing within this level. That's only because, you know, it gets a little bit tougher now. So we'll be right back until we reach up into 2 enemies remaining. Alright, so we're back again, so that... What?! It's basically a prequel to Mario Kart 8. Wow. That green shell just literally owned us right behind us, and we somehow own Donkey Kong out of this. So, that's a little bit embarrassing for that little department. But anyway, though, so let's go ahead and deal with these guys again. So hopefully we don't get too much frustration at one point. So hopefully we can get a chance of actually trying to finish those 2. So yeah, at least we are pretty much. Come on, there we go. Come on, he's almost down, and he's down. So hopefully we get ourselves our maximum tomato, or maximum tomato even. But even though sometimes that the Pikachu wasn't exactly the most heaviest character, he's more accurately the light character, so I can expect that for sure, eh? So come on, let's finish him off, and come on, let's see if we, oh shoot, he's only had a little bit of health left. But hopefully that doesn't stop there, so, oh, come on. Come on, use your, there we go. So we'll talk more on movesets on the Rob the Robot until we actually get into, guess what? Another section. Jeez, looks like we got ourselves a huge ton of subspace bombs all over the place. But anyways, let's go ahead and select Captain Falcon, Rob again. And also this time around we're going to be selecting Diddy Kong and Olimar because we already play as Donkey Kong, Samus, and Pikachu from the previous section. So in this part right there is that we need to actually go down, obviously. So just in case we need to actually escape before the subspace can actually just rule the entirety of the floating island. So yeah, that's all essentially what we're going to be doing here. So yeah, let's talk about the Rob's movesets, assuming if we actually just managed to trying to actually play as him again, because unfortunately we actually did manage to like keep on losing too many stocks to him, so even so obviously this is the auto scoring section, so even though you don't stay up for too long, because if you stay up too long, then obviously you will realistically going to die. So yeah, that's all I can figure about this particular section. So, in fact, this might be the third section on this level so far, because, this is why this level is actually easily is the second longest level in the entire game, just because you have to deal with the most of a lot of things. So, hey, as long as that we don't have to deal with these little shadow bugs anymore, because obviously we pretty much, saved Princess Zelda and Princess Peach, obviously. So, I believe we're now going to go down here, so... Oh, duh! I totally forgot about they actually did manage to reflect us back. No matter what though, specifically these guys for instance, if you manage to accidentally just throw an item from that when you're trying to attack these metal enemies, one of his monsters they're trying to actually reflect us back, so you can end up drats, the ball actually catches off on guard. So anyways, let's talk about the Rob's movesets then, shall we? So Rob, he's actually got quite interesting movesets that the standalone special attacker performs himself a Robo Beam, which obviously shoots these little beam missiles or beam lasers. And side special attacker performs a arm rator, which actually provides us to actually let him swing his arms in a circular formation. So even then, that should be worth a while. And also, special attack can perform a Robo Burner, which can actually be really helpful for you in order to actually recover some other stuff if you don't want to fall down to the bottomless pit. And finally, the down special attack performs a Gyro, which I'm not exactly sure what this technique can do, but even under that, I haven't exactly researched on that particular moveset they actually pull off with. So, anyways, enough about him, so let's go ahead and grab ourselves our fresh heart containers, and that's it for this section.
Come on!
Wait a second, isn't that Ridley that we already fought from before? Although it turns out, Piglets, we're actually going to be faced off against with a different Ridley, known as Metro Ridley, from ever since Metroid Prime for the GameCube. So, that's a little bit interesting there. So, obviously we're going through Donkey Kong, second being Pikachu, third being Captain Falcon, and fourth and final character we're going to be doing with this with Samus. So, here we go with Metro Ridley, that the fight itself feels exactly the same thing as the original Ridley boss fight. Although the noticeable difference was though is that we're going to be fighting with him from the likes of the Flying Falcon. And also not to mention, you're going to have to deal with a time limit. So if your time limit reaches to 0, then obviously you guys also continue. So you have to beat the crap out of him at least fast enough, so that if you're able to beat the crap the likes out of him fast enough, then you should be able to actually qualify for completing this level. So, especially for the entirety of the Subspace Bomb Factory. So, hey, thanks to the stickers mode that we already sort of mentioned, that we managed to pretty much done with this. So yeah, that's about it. It looks like all heroes are made it in nick of time, so yeah, it's pretty interesting. So, trophies wise we got is Rob, Launcher, Key, Lipstick, and Paul Pint, and Celebi, Tickon, and Cass from Donkey Kong Jet Race. As for stickers wise we got the Black Knight from Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Dynamite Blade from Kirby's Fun Pack, aka Kirby Superstar, Tractor Trailer from Stun Race FX type of game. Sorry for lack of dialogue, folks. Suicune from the Pokemon Generation 2, Niten from Mother, and this really bizarre sticker, which I don't know exactly sure what this Japanese names usually call it, but I do apologize for that. And also we got Ray from Custom Robo, and finally Falco from Star Fox Command. So yeah. So now we got ourselves Rob in our team, so 63%, so even then though we actually got 3% above from it. So now we move on into the last level before we actually end things off, and now it's the form of the entrance to Subspace. So before we actually do get started right there, let's watch this really epic cutscene. So here we are in the subspace itself. So let's go ahead and showcase off Mr. Game & Watch real quickly, because this is the character we haven't seen for quite a while since, you know, the Battleship Helmboat bridge. So even then though, we could actually discuss upon him. And while I'm at it, we're going to pick Ike, because we haven't played as Ike for quite a long time. And same goes for Lucas, and of course we're going to have to play as Mario, because he's the famous or the most definitive video game character in the entire world. So anyways, Mr. Game & Watch, he does make a return ever since Super Smash Bros. Melee. In fact, of all the returning characters, they actually did manage to pull up in some cutscenes in Super Smash Bros. Brawl Subspace Emissary mode. Mr. Game & Watch, he doesn't usually have his name banner on there, so even then, it's pretty unusual. So, yeah, anyways, for the entrance to Subspace, all we have to do is basically, it's pretty simple. We have to continuously go to the right, and it's completely auto-scrolling section as well, because as a result that we have to deal with a lot of enemies. Even then, after you actually just think about trying to deal well with these guys all at once, expecting the black hole included as well. So even then, that we should be able to actually qualify for doing this. So, as far as Mr. Game & Watch is concerned, he's also the unlockable character, just like it does in Super Smash Bros. Melee, and also Rob as well. In order to actually unlock him is by simply you have to deal fight in 250 matches in Brawl modes, or just trying to complete Target Smash with 30 different characters with at least a single single difficulty level, like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, or to simply actually finish the Battleship Helmboat bridge in order to actually just unlock him if you manage to beat the likes of the Duon. So, now as far as movesets for Mr. Game & Watch is concerned, it feels exactly pretty much identical to how it does in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Like, you know, the movesets which are standalone B attacker performs a Sheriff, and also side special attack and performs himself the judge, which yet again, if it hits to 9, that's actually the critical hit. So yeah, that's all it usually goes though, hey? So an up special attack and performs a fire, which actually represents from, you know, can actually act as a up jump recovery position, so even though if you don't want to fall down to the bottomless pit. And finally, the down special attacker performs a auto panic, so even though that's actually used, they use those names because they actually referencing from something that's based off of relatable to Game & Watch type of games. So that was worth mentioning anyway. So, unfortunately, we actually did manage to take down Mr. Game & Watch now, so even though we're still just most likely going to be using Ike from now on. So, in fact, we haven't seen Ike for the entire time, though, ever since, I believe last time we actually did manage to select Ike as the form of the Wilds Part 1. I'm assuming that's what this is going. Oh yeah, because of how the fact that, you know, that since we're gonna be, we did manage to play as these 3 swordsmen from that level. Yeah, that's probably true for that regard. So, oh, no! Okay, let's beat the lights out of them. Okay, there we go. So hopefully we can actually just manage to deal with this, arm rank again. But hopefully there aren't any gonna be explosions or anything else for the time being. Or even this really cheap shot of this green shell right here, so... Anyways, I believe as soon as we actually go continuously to the right, and if we approach this purple door, the end of the level. Taboo. It looks like they're actually absorbing all the worlds in the entirety of the Subspace emissary mode. And also there's something a little bit of much of a problem, but I'll explain more on that in a second. So we only got 1 trophy and 1 sticker at the same time. So even though we got Anna from Mother and Snorkenite from the Pokemon franchise. So let's see if we can actually save our data right here. So, what? We haven't got any characters now! Oh, wait a minute. I'm presuming that, one of these little, moments where Taboo, the main villain of the game, did actually summon this, special attack, which actually obliterates any opponents. So, unfortunately, we don't able to actually access to the previous levels, and also we don't have all the characters from now on, so what could possibly go wrong? So join us next time when Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Brawl Subspace Emissary Mode. Is the fact that we're moving on into the Subspace level Part 1. So, yeah, see you guys next time. Later, fellas.